Let's do it, man. I thought the Broncos offense played really well. I thought there were some opportunities that they took advantage of. I think on 3 of the touchdowns that the Broncos scored on, it was on third down. So high third down conversion rate. That's something you love to see. We're starting with this first touchdown where Bo ends up scrambling. Got Troy Franklin working the back end line. You got Cortland coming on the shallow. Marvin on a little delay. And then you got, who's 45?
Nate Atkins.
Nate Atkins
My
on
guy.
the corner. On the corner route. Bengals end up playing some zone coverage right here. And I thought Bo did a great job with his feet, eyes. You will see also something to point out. Just little things like this. The little motion to put RJ out here gives Bo a great read. It gives him a great read of if this is man or zone. If that linebacker ends up coming out here and playing some type of coverage, you got man. So I thought that was super important. These little details will continue to help Bo, help him see the field more. The Broncos motioned on 35% of their plays last night, which I think is super important to give the quarterback the man zone tell. But little things like this, I think, go a long way.
Why do more teams not do that?
I think a lot of teams do
They
it.
do.
The top teams in the league are great with motion. Kansas City, the Rams, Green Bay. I feel like Dallas motions almost on every play. And, they're the top yards per game in the league right now. So I would say the top offenses do that a lot.
And
So
one of the
then
things,
why doesn't every offense do it? Is what
the
my
Broncos
question should have
were-
been.
Depends on if your quarterback has enough cachet to really handle the motions, the shifts. That's a lot of terminology. San Francisco does it well, but it's a lot of terminology. And if you're not that type of play caller, it depends on where you come from in terms of the coaching tree that you come from. It really, that's what it really matters.
Yeah,
So,
that
and when
makes
Bill
sense.
Belichick was asked why he didn't do that, he says because you have to be careful of what you're telling the defense by motioning. Because if you're trying to get the man zone read, then you're telling the defense we're curious about this. Now it could be bluffing, but a lot of the time you wind up telling them they lean pass.
yeah.
At least
Yeah.
according to Bill.
But then wouldn't you just do it every play? So then they don't know if it's run or pass?
That'd be a lot. And some teams
Yeah.
do. The Rams do.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
I think it really depends.
just always
Also,
wondered-
It just
Tom-
takes timing.
I think also Tom, when Bill and Tom were playing together or coaching together, I think Tom was really good in shotgun.
Right.
And then he had receivers like a Wes Welker or Julian Edelman who were great at option routes. But
And he probably didn't need to tell. He could
Yeah.
probably tell for himself.
right here, you got Cortland on the shallow, you got Nate Atkins on the corner. The little delay, a lot of people, I think, Bo, if he does hang on to this ball a little bit more, you will see Cortland come open in this area. They're trying to pass it off. Cortland actually ends up popping open, but they're playing zone right here. You can see this fence right here across the goal line, and I thought Bo did a really good job with his feet. This is where you want to see this ball right here thrown if you have that opportunity, but there's also a lot of opportunity to run. Look at that pocket that Bo can step up into. Can either go here where he ends up scoring or here. So I thought Bo did a really good job with his eyes yesterday, for the most part, with his feet in the pocket.
Yeah.
And he ends up scoring. And this is what you love to see.
Yeah, and that was just a huge thing, Benny.
Shout out to Broncos country right there, baby.
Yeah, the pocket presence, the feet were way better. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean said it after the game. He said this game on offense was the antithesis of last week's game, and it really was. The third downs were way more manageable. Bo was way better. The running game was way better. Everything was just so much better.
Yeah, stayed ahead of the sticks. I thought Sean did a great job of mirroring the play calls. I thought there was better rhythm and timing with everything. And I think he got, for the most part, besides the first couple drives, he got the plays to Bo early so Bo could be calm in the huddle. Here is, one of the misses from the night where you have Marvin streaking up outside the numbers. You have Evan going on the flat route to get RJ through the seam. And I thought this was just a really well executed play. Cortland will be in on a dig route. I thought it was just really well done. I thought Sean did a great job of just calling plays, and they knew. It felt like Sean was just ahead of the Bengals the entire time. Like he was like, okay, first down, they're going to play this type of coverage, and this is what we're going to get. So I think both first downs, the post to Troy Franklin, which we didn't complete, and this one, Sean just knew the type of coverage he was going to get, and he dialed up some great play calls, and I thought this was a great play call. You got Evan going on the flat route to take this defender out. Mm-hmm. You got Marvin screaming down the field, opens it up, and then you got RJ going and right up the seam And I thought this was a really well-executed play call. I don't know who to blame on this, so you just hope that it gets executed better. I think they will practice this more. And I think RJ Harvey, just being a young player, next time he has this opportunity, he will run a little bit faster because he was almost so open that he didn't know like when the ball was coming. So
when he did stop too, or really, really slow down.
Yeah.
Which, Travis Kelce might do that too. And then we see a lot of those plays with Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's chemistry.
Yeah.
And Bo wants him running there, and he doesn't know Bo wants him running there.
But what you love about this play is you love the fact that Sean dialed up a great play and that Sean knew what he was going to get and gave Bo an opportunity to make this throw. I mean, the ball's in the air right there. RJ's looking back for the ball. Incredible play call. You want to complete that. So just off the fingertips. Maybe Bo puts it on a little bit more, or maybe RJ runs. So I'm going to put 50-50 blame on both, but have a real opportunity to have another explosive play. And I think the Broncos should have won 42-3 yesterday, just based off of some missed opportunities.
They'll have so much meat on the bone. And this one, last week, you kind of said the receivers needed to run faster and maybe not look back and then slow them down. I disagreed with that. This one, I actually put that on RJ. I do think that he slowed down on that one.
There you go.
And I don't think he was expecting the ball is what it kind of felt like.
I think he was expecting. The play is designed for him. I think it's one of those things where the first couple weeks, these plays that have been designed haven't necessarily been working. So you're kind of questioning as a player in your mind, like, all right, is this actually going to be open? And you were actually wide open.
Yeah.
So I think, no substitute for experience. He's a young kid. This is something that I loved that we got a chance to see last night, which is the cheat motion that these other teams have been using. They've been basically timing up the snap count and getting a head start on the defense. And this is what I mean. So the ball is just about to be snapped, and Troy's getting ready to go upfield. Now, with his type of speed, it's going to be hard for a defender to keep up with him, number one, but then also know where he's going. So I love that Sean put the cheat motion in this week, and I hope he continues to use it throughout the season. The Green Bay Packers are using it. San Francisco's using it. Mike McDaniel, he started using it in Miami a couple years ago. In this motion, Marvin has the over route to clear out. This is cover 3. Troy is going to go out on a burst and then run a dig route, runs a great route. And just the timing. Number one, this is a hard throw for any quarterback to make. Throwing digs over the middle of the field, that's a hard thing to do. I love the fact that Sean and Bo are aggressive. Bo is not a dink and duck quarterback. He was throwing the ball down the field, and that's something that's super positive that you love to see. Justin Fields is a great athlete, but he dinks and ducks and then tries to beat you with his legs. Mm-hmm. Bo stood in the pocket yesterday and delivered this ball. I mean, look at this. Troy's coming out of the break. Ball's right here. Troy is coming flat, which all receivers should do. Come quarterback friendly. You love to see that. And rhythm and timing. That is what you love to see. That is what it looks like. Bo's got a clean pocket to throw, and Troy ends up making a big catch. And here's a third down. I think it was 3rd and 2. You got all go special. I would love to see Evan take this route a little bit higher here. He goes a little bit too flat across the field, but you got all go. Cortland does a great job of getting to his landmark, and Bo puts on a dime. It's hard to throw seam routes. Tom Brady was a great seam thrower. Drew Brees was a great seam thrower. It's hard to throw seam routes, and it's very scary to throw seam routes, especially when you have somebody in the middle of the field. But I thought Bo did an incredible job. Cortland gets to his landmark. Landmarks and spacing are super important in this offense. Timing is super important. Cortland gets to his landmark outside the numbers, which keeps him away from this safety. And then Cortland is able to bend it in. Now he has enough timing and spacing, which helps Bo throw this ball. And then you love to see that. You love to see a touchdown. He scared us a little bit with the way he landed, but you love to see this. Touchdowns is the most important thing. So that's the inside scoop. I thought the Broncos played really well, 28-3.